Hello, everyone. Welcome and happy new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer. My name is Kara Melendi. I'm a master astrologer. I'm also an Akashic Records practitioner, passionate about helping you elevate your manifesting by aligning with cosmic intelligence. So today I'm going to share all the insights around this new moon solar eclipse and how you can work with this energy in the highest expression. So I have the chart pulled up here. I'm going to share my screen so I can really go over some of these cosmic alignments with you and you can see the visual representation as well. So before I do that, just to share a little insight. So new moons are new beginnings. They always represent a time where we are being called to go within and to really set your intentions for what you desire to create. Now, the energy around this new moon is amplified because it's also an eclipse. So this means it's happening close to the north node, which is currently in Gemini. So it is 1 degree away from the north node. So we have this new moon representing a new beginning, a new path that is opening up for you. The eclipse energy, which is like this energetic reset. So a couple of weeks ago around the full moon, you were called to release and let go of anything that you didn't want to bring with you on this new path. And now this new moon is that invitation to say, let's continue to move forward. And where it is an eclipse and it's happening so closely to the north node, it's actually a total eclipse that we're seeing, a total solar eclipse. The north node in astrology governs your life path, the direction you are being called to go. So it's feeding into the storyline of this new path that is opening up for you, a new beginning. So I'm going to share my screen so we can talk about this a little more in depth and you can actually see the chart and the energies at play here. Okay, so here it is. Open this up a little, make it a little easier to see. There we go. Okay, so this is the chart for the new moon solar eclipse, and we're going to focus firstly down here with the moon and the sun at 0 degrees of Cancer, because that really is the highlight. That is what is in the spotlight. Anytime it's a new moon, the sun and moon are conjunct, they're together, and this time they're pulling in Cancerian energy. So regardless of whether your zodiac sign is Cancer or you have your moon in the sign of Cancer, we are all being showered with this energy right now. So Cancer is a water sign that is extremely intuitive and sensitive, very connected to feelings and emotion. And this new moon is not about denying your feelings, but noticing and observing the emotions and feelings that are surfacing for you at this time. I always say it's so critical that we notice our emotions without creating storylines around them. So be aware of your feelings because they act as an important guidance system. They let you know where your mindset is, the thoughts you have been entertaining, your point of attraction, what you are aligned with calling in. But don't get pulled into the story because if you think of the element of water and how it flows, emotions come and go in your life. So you can even see it as like a conveyor belt where you have these emotions or beliefs going by and you can choose what ones you latch onto or invite into your life. So be aware of the emotions surfacing at this time, because they're probably going to be powerful in the sign of Cancer. So another theme we're really seeing coming in with this Cancerian energy, again, the moon and sun right at 0 degrees of Cancer, so we're feeling this strongly, welcoming in the solstice as well, is we're creating this new foundation for our life. So the Cancerian energy is at the lowest point of the chart, and it represents a foundation, an internal foundation that we are building. So anytime we go on a new adventure or we go on a new journey, to really make that successful, we need a solid foundation. We need a good belief system. We need to feel secure and stable. We need to have a clear vision. And this new moon is really helping you create that, to really feel into building that solid internal foundation for your life. And I really feel this message coming in the Akashic Records as well. So when I study the charts, I really take time to feel into the energy, and I also tune into the records and feel the message that's coming through. So when I'm feeling around this new moon energy, is really taking a look at where you're placing your worthiness or your success externally, or where you're looking for emotional gratification externally. So for instance, thinking once you have the ideal career, the soul partner, then you will feel happy, then you will feel safe. Where are you placing external conditions on how you feel? This new moon is reminding you that you get to cultivate emotions internally, and it's reminding you of the importance of creating that sense of security and stability within. Cancer is also very related to family and home life, and it's about finding that feeling of coming home within you, regardless of where you are or what's happening around you. Can you cultivate that internally? And when you master your internal world, you create success externally. And we see opposite this is Capricorn. Opposite the Cancerian energy is Capricorn, where we have Pluto and Jupiter right now. So when you are able to create that solid foundation for your life, and you become a master of your emotions and your energy, and you master emotional intelligence, which is a journey for all of us, right? You don't have to be perfect at this to begin to see results. But as you do that, you create success in the external world, where Capricorn represents that opposite Cancer. So you see how they are on an axis, they work together. In order to really achieve success and feel empowered, we have to have that solid inner foundation that is created. So we're really feeling into that around this new moon in Cancer. And now Mercury is at 14 degrees of Cancer, so it's quite a ways away from this new moon. But I feel that it's really part of the storyline unfolding around this new moon eclipse. So Mercury recently went retrograde, so retrograde days before the eclipse happened. And Mercury governs travel and communication. And often when Mercury retrogrades, there's a lot of fear-based information out there around Mercury, where we are, I mean, at this time with everything going on in the world, we're not traveling anyway, but if we are, we tend to worry about travel mishaps or flight mishaps, or we fear what's going to happen with our technology or miscommunication. And Mercury does govern all those things. So yeah, when it retrogrades, we can see issues there, but I always like to look at what's the deeper meaning behind it. How can we work with this energy in the highest expression? If the universe is always fully supporting us, it's going to be more to the story than just getting caught up in the fear of things going wrong when Mercury retrogrades. So this retrograde specifically is a time to look at your mindset in your internal world, and going back to this theme of the foundation you're building. I know I've repeated this a few times, but it's such a powerful theme that we are seeing with this new moon eclipse, because this new beginning, this new journey is opening up for us on a collective level. We're seeing a lot of changes collectively, but also on a personal level. What's the new beginning that is opening up for you? And Mercury retrograde is asking you, what beliefs do you need to have in place to support you on this journey? So if you are working on expanding your business, or maybe stepping into a new area in your career, what beliefs do you need to cultivate and develop to make that successful? Really focus on that, whatever those intentions are for you. Or maybe it's a new relationship you're stepping into, or wanting to attract a soulmate partner. What beliefs do you need to cultivate that allow that experience to unfold? So Mercury retrograde is that time to go inward and be very aware of the power of our thoughts, the power of our words. If you see every word you speak as an affirmation, is that something you want to affirm? I find that such a helpful little tip. Like, everything you hear yourself say, if that's an affirmation you're sending out into the world, does that feel good? Does that feel affirming? Is that an energy you want to place out into the world? If not, just take a step back and ask, how can you alter that? Because again, beliefs are not ultimate truths. Beliefs are simply a pattern of thought that we have practiced enough that it becomes ingrained and becomes our belief system, but it's not the ultimate truth about you and the world. And you get to challenge beliefs that no longer serve you and replace them with beliefs that are in your highest and best good. And that's a big part of this energy we're seeing around this eclipse. Developing beliefs that really support your success. Now, the Cancerian energy is also looking at how you nurture yourself, how you mother yourself, how you care for yourself. There's been so many changes that we've gone through lately as a collective, and You can really get burnt out if you're not taking time to fill up your cup, if you're not taking time to recharge, if you're not taking time to nourish yourself. And this Cancerian energy, if we think of the divine feminine, it has that quality of being gentle and loving, but it can also be fierce and strong. And it really, especially Cancer, is a cardinal sign, so it's an initiator. It likes to get things done. So if you really want to get out there and create that change in the world, you need to be in a space where you are able to do that, meaning you have the energy to do that. So what do you need to recharge and refuel so you have the energy to go out into the world and make that big contribution, whatever contribution you are being called to make? This Cancerian energy, again, the sun, the moon, 0 degrees, the main focus, we've got Mercury there at 14 degrees, is also about leading with your heart, leading with love, not leading from the ego, but really looking at, where is my heart calling me? Where is my heart leading me? So another aspect I want to look at is Venus. It's over here in Gemini, and it is also retrograding at this time as well. Now, it is not directly interacting with this new moon eclipse, but I feel it's a big part of the overall cosmic energies we are experiencing. So Venus is a representation of the divine feminine within astrology. I call her the goddess of love, of beauty, and prosperity. And she is retrograding right now in Gemini, preparing to go direct this week, but still retrograde at the time of the new moon, which I feel is significant. Because again, it goes into this theme of the inner world, the inner foundation you are building. And Venus governs your value system. So this is a time to really examine in your life. We've been through changes as a collective. No doubt you felt this in your personal life. You may be in a whole different place, and now's the time to look at, what is my core values? What matters most to me? What is most important to me? And does my life reflect my core value system? What do I need to alter and adjust in my life so I can feel aligned with the things that I love? And talking about love, again, there's a very loving energy. This Cancerian energy is all about the heart space, about feeling, about that motherly nourishment and love. And Venus is very connected to the heart space and love as well. So this can also be a time where you're really looking at, what do I love in the world? What lights me up? What fills me with joy? And as you embark on your new journey and adventure, bring joy with you. Don't leave joy out of the equation. If you think you have to charge ahead and achieve these things and you leave joy out of the equation, you're missing out. The joy is what makes you magnetic. The joy is what fuels your path. The joy is what continues to give you the inspiration to move forward even when it feels hard, right? It's like you're aligned to that bigger path and you're following your bliss. You're following that joy. That is a big part of this. So the one main aspect, I'm going to jump back over here to this new moon energy, is the quincunx over to Saturn. So if you see this green line here, the sun and the moon are forming a quincunx formation over to Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. So this is really interesting because Saturn energy is about structure and foundation. So we're seeing a theme coming in here, right, of building that foundation. But the energy we're seeing up here with Saturn and again Pluto and Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn is more externally focused. It's more focused on the collective. So we're seeing a breakdown, a dismantling of old systems and old structures that no longer support us. They're outdated. They don't support what we know to be true, and they don't support what is in the highest and best good of our society. We're seeing a breakdown of those at this time so we can rebuild. And I believe this new moon is the beginning of that rebuilding process. We've been seeing the dismantling of what no longer works, and now it's about rebuilding. What are we creating? Where are we going? Saturn in Aquarius, Saturn is currently retrograding as well, so is Jupiter and Pluto. We're in retrograde season, but Saturn in Aquarius is very focused on community. It's focused on groups. It's focused on advancement and progression. So we're really seeing that energy strongly. And that's part of this new moon energy, is we're setting our intentions around where we desire to go. Now, it can be a feeling of maybe discomfort or feeling like, I wish I was further along on this path. Why am I not further along? But Saturn governs over karma and time, and it reminds us to not rush, that God has a divine plan that it can be bigger, that is bigger than our plan, the plan that our ego has. And there's times we need to trust in the divine unfolding of things. really big reminder around this new moon is you have this new vision, you have the journey that is unfolding. Now, do you trust the timing of it? Do you trust that things are coming together in perfect time? And trusting in divine timing doesn't mean you don't do your part. You do your part. You do your part by looking at the energy you are embodying, the thoughts you are entertaining, the vision you are holding. You do all of that, but then you trust and you even take action. We're working with cardinal energies here. Cancer energy is cardinal. Capricorn is a cardinal sign. It is about action. It is about the initiation and moving forward. So you do take action, you do your part, but when you're doing what you can, the next part is trusting that it's coming together in perfect time. All right, so these are the main energies here. I'm going to stop the share. Okay, so take time to set your intentions. What's the new path that is emerging for you? What's the new journey you are embarking on? What are the beliefs that are going to help create that solid foundation? What are the values that are going to create that solid foundation? Because when you have a solid foundation, you bloom, you grow, right? It's like we plant those seeds, and if we nourish that seed, it grows and it blooms. It's the same in our life. Anytime we're beginning that new path, we need to have a foundation that supports our success and our thriving and our ongoing growth. So enjoy these beautiful new moon energies. Overall, it's very loving, it's very positive. Take time to set your intentions, sending so much love and new moon blessings your way. I will see you all very soon. Bye.